Hello and welcome to the Codex Prime podcast. We are on episode 124, and it is Tuesday, June 12th, 2018. I am your host, Victor Omoayo, and with me, as always, is my co-host and social media chair, Carl Byrd.
What's good, y'all?
And today we're talking about E3 2K18. We're talking about games on games on games on Mo Games this episode. So we're talking about stuff that Sony, Microsoft, Square Enix, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Nintendo, and EA showed off just this past weekend and this past couple of hours when you throw in Nintendo's stuff today. And we got Aris who's joining us in. What's up, man? Thank you for joining us. We're starting off a bit late.
My bad.
Yeah, dude.
I'll take the entire blame for that. I got here late.
Yeah, due to Carl being bitten by a radioactive spider on his way here.
Yeah.
Now you might get that Miles Morales part that you always wanted.
That's what I'm saying, yo. But no, fuck that. That shit was a bitch. But yeah, I'm injured. I guess if you want to call it. I was bitten by a spider. When was it? I want to say probably about Thursday, Friday. Didn't feel it initially, but then like over the past few days, it grew and grew and grew. Like my forearm looked like it was pregnant. So I went to the emergency room and got it treated. So I'm on antibiotics for the next week.
Man, yeah, get better soon, man. Because I know those spider bites are a bitch. I
think.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of spider it was. If it was like a brown recluse, I don't know.
Dude, I couldn't even tell you. Like, I didn't even feel it.
Yeah. Because I don't think we have brown recluses around here in New England, but either way.
I thought it was just like, for some reason, I had a pimple in my arms.
But yeah, if you get radioactive powers, let me know. It appears that someone, I think Aris still has the Codex Prime login because he's left three comments on our feed. Ghost of Tsushima, woo! I agree. Yes, that game looks on fire.
Yeah, that was a big ass game.
Oh yeah, Smash Brothers Ultimate. No one cares. And yeah, let's go. You're a Smash Brothers fan?
I'm not a player. No, I'm not a Smash Brothers player. But I mean, I can see why people would love it.
Yeah,
let's get to it. Well, I got some sharing to do. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, a few things on the gaming front. One, I finally beat Dark Souls 3 just yesterday. Yes, thank you. It was a mighty challenge, but I managed to overcome it 45 hours in. There was a couple of optional bosses that I avoided, but that game was fire. You know, I played as a knight build, strictly strength and dexterity based. I might start a new game with Pyromancer, but I hear that the new game plus is going to be even tougher. But I might get that started just to see how it is. But Dark Souls 3 was fantastic. The final boss of the game I could not beat by myself after 2 attempts. So I was like, let me summon a couple of co-op players to come in and help me, and that's exactly what I did. But the funny thing about co-op in Dark Souls 3 is that when you use this item called the White Soapstone, and sometimes you might get summoned into other players' games. So I ended up helping beat the final boss like 4 times before I could manage to summon 2 other players into my game, so I could finally beat the game for myself. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, Aris, it is posting as Codex. Try seeing if you can select your name into the feed. But yeah, man, Dark Souls 3 was awesome. I played a little bit of the Ashes of Ariandel DLC, which was all right. It wasn't really that essential. In fact, after playing through a little bit of it, I kind of lost some interest. So I kind of watched a Let's Play video on YouTube to see what the rest of it will look like, and it was like, okay, you get a few semi-interesting items that you would get in the main game anyway. So I was like, I don't really need to play through that part. But yeah, Dark Souls 3 was fantastic. I might play through it again. I really wish that we can get a Bloodborne 2 already. But I know From Software has announced a couple games in the E3, which we'll get into later on. But yeah, besides that, I watched a really dope horror film last Friday, which is out in theaters now. It's called Hereditary.
I saw your see this film
Tweet.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw Hereditary, and that was a dope horror film. It's a slow burn, and it's from the production company A24. So it's like an indie, mid-budget horror film, and it stars Toni Collette, Alex Wolff, Ann Dowd, Gabriel Byrne, and Millie Shapiro, who plays one of the creepiest young girl that I've seen in a horror movie, because her face just looks off. Her face looks like it's been beaten down by life already. She kind of looks like this character actor who's Tom Cruise's cousin, William Mapother.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he played this character named Ethan Rom on the show Lost, and he plays creepy ass characters, and his face just looks like a serial killer / sex offender. He has that kind of face, and so the little girl has that similar face. So she looks like she could be his daughter, at least in the movie. But she was just unsettling to look at. She's the type of kid where if you had kids in the same classroom, like your kid, you'd pull your kids out of that classroom and put them in another class just so they won't be around that kid. That's how creepy she looked.
That's kind of fucked up.
No, I'm just saying that how the character looked in the film. I'm not talking about the actress Millie Shapiro. I'm talking about her character in the film. But Hereditary, it's a slow burn horror film, which kind of has some echoes of The Exorcist and The Omen and similar films. And it's about this family, particularly this mother played by Toni Collette, who's trying to get over the death of her mother, who was apparently wasn't the most pleasant person as she was alive. And as the movie goes on, some unspeakable tragedies happen, and you see this family start to very slowly unravel throughout the film. And that's as far as I can say about the film. It's a film that it's best going into it cold, because even if you watch the trailer, it doesn't spoil anything. So it's like you're getting the same experience, like watching it stone cold from jump. And Hereditary, it's one of the most effective horror films I've seen, in terms of its pacing, in terms of its mood. The performances were uniformly great across the board. Like Toni Collette, she was just fantastic in it. Like you could feel her pain as this mother struggling through unspeakable pain that no parent should ever go through. Mm-hmm. And Gabriel Byrne, he plays her husband. He's like a psychologist, and he's sort of like the straight man who doesn't believe the paranormal stuff that she's going through. He thinks that it's all in her head. And their son, played by Alex Wolff, man, like his character goes through some effed up stuff in this film. Like you feel for him, although he does have like an ugly cry in the movie. Like if you think of like it's not quite the ugly cry like in that video where the father and son reunite after so many years. It's like, yeah. Like it's not like that, but like every time he cried in the film, I kind of laughed a little. I had to stifle a laugh because it was pretty hilarious. But I will say that Hereditary, it's my kind of film. It's and take that for what it's worth. It's an awesome, if you're a fan of horror films, if you're a fan of something slow burn, something that takes its time to give you the jump scares, it's something that will stay with you, especially the ending. The ending of the film, you'll either come away from the film even more disturbed than you were when you went in, or you'll come away probably hating the movie. It depends on how you feel about it, but I can't recommend Hereditary enough. I would add it to my collection eventually, and it's a film that, to me it's happy viewing. Yeah.
You're sick, man.
Yes, I am. I am totally sick.
Okay.
And I own it.
All right. If you own it, that's what's up. And am I too late for the free crack?
Free crack? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry, Kyle. The free crack giveaway. Come on, Kamala. We've already smoked it all. I'm sorry. Sorry, brother. It all. I know. Let's see. Nick Quattrini says I'll have to help him with Dark Souls 3. Still on the first boss. 3 minutes. Yeah. What was the first boss in Dark Souls 3? It's not the rotting greatwood. It was the boreal, not the Vort dog, armored dog creature. I forget his name exactly. But yeah, to beat the first boss in Dark Souls 3, Nick, whenever that boss charges towards you, roll towards it. So when you roll towards the boss, you'll be underneath it, and then you can like hit it with 1 or 2 hits, then repeat the strategy. So it's all about getting underneath the boss and to its side, and it can't hit you. And that's pretty much it. What I've been up to on my end. What about you, Carl?
A lot. A lot. I'm gonna try to breeze through it. I listened to Kanye West's latest album,
Jesus.
which is called Ye. I was able to finish it in 24 minutes?
Yeah.
7 songs and stuff. It's actually not bad. Not bad. If you can literally just get away from the whole Kanye and the sunken place thing, just listen to it. Would I call it you just refuse to. Right? Would I call it his best album? No. It's so far it's sorry, Auntie. I'll still say his best album is College Dropout, but a couple of good songs, like Violent Crimes, Yikes, and Ghost Town.
Okay.
A couple of guest appearances. Nicki Minaj is in it. Charlie Wilson. A good song with Kid Cudi too.
Okay.
It's not a bad album. It's just a nice, quick little listen. You probably may have to to really get to really fully appreciate it. You would have to give it a few.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, I kind of just skimmed through the Deadpool 2 soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Ashes by Celine Dion was good.
Nice.
Like it's a nice song.
Oh, yeah.
And then also Welcome to the Party, which features Diplo, French Montana, Little Pump, and Ad One.
Mm-hmm.
And but then the rest of it, those 2 songs are dope. But like the rest of the songs, they're mostly songs from the 80s, and you can't help but laugh because when you hear those songs, you associate it with the scenes from the movie.
Yeah.
And they're usually like just funny as hell, and you just bug out laughing. Like Cher's "If I Can Turn Back Time"
Yeah.
is on, and then you're automatically thinking of the post-credit scene. You just have to skip it and laugh.
Yeah.
This one is probably which took up most of my notes for my for my what we've been up to. But I checked out Marvel's Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That came on last Thursday on Freeform, which I actually end up watching next Friday. Well, I end up watching Friday on Hulu.
Okay. Yeah.
It's so far, with only 2 episodes in, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes actually gave it 100%.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. 6.9 on IMDb.
All right. That's good.
So,
That's good.
yeah, the premise of it is 2 teenage superheroes with very different backgrounds. They find themselves burdened and awakened to newly acquired superpowers, which they are mysteriously linked to each other. Now, you have your character Cloak, whose name in the show and in the comic is Tyrone Johnson.
You mean our Tyrone Johnson is in the show?
It's not it, but it has the same exact name, which is hilarious.
Wow.
Which is played by actor Aubrey Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
He is connected to Tandy Bowen, which is Dagger.
Yep.
Through a shared childhood tragedy, and he also has the power to engulf others into darkness and transport them into a dark force dimension. And he also has the big homie Ty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He also has the ability to see people's fears while he's living in the fear of himself. Mm-hmm. Due to the murder of his brother.
Okay.
All right, that happened when he was a kid. Mm. And then you got Dagger, who is Tandy Bowen, who was played by Olivia Holt.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, because she did sound familiar, and I'm like, yeah, she's honestly like a Disney Channel actress.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's a teenage street thief and a drug addict, and she has the ability to emit light daggers. Okay. But let me keep going on with my notes here. It's actually set in New Orleans in the greater MCU. Oh, okay. So far, there hasn't been any Captain America or Thor references at all, but
right.
But yeah, it's set in New Orleans, and the two acquired their powers after the death of Tandy's father and Tyrone's brother, which was Tyrone's brother. He was actually shot by a cop.
Mm-hmm.
And what was crazy is like when they went to the police, when his family went to the police station, of the other cops were like really lying about it, trying to cover up from it.
Okay.
Trying to cover it up. And then Tandy's father, who was a member, they actually died, and it was during a rainstorm, and they actually died like in a car crash.
Mm-hmm.
Like he lost control of the wheel, flew over the bridge, and then in the same like body of water, I'll just say like lake for right now, where after Tyrone's brother got killed, he fell into that lake as well. Mm-hmm. So as they were both underwater, an oil rig from the Roxxon Corporation, which is, I guess, remember, there's still unanswered questions, but I guess that's how they both got their powers. Mm-hmm. And not to mention, Tandy's father did work for the Roxxon Corporation.
Yep.
They end up meeting together while they were underwater. He was trying to save his dead brother, and Tandy is stuck in the car, and she was like trying to get out, but Tyrone helped her get out. They end up at like the side of the water. They split. She takes his hoodie that he was wearing, and she just always kept it throughout their life. The two end up actually meeting again at a party where she tried to like steal his wallet.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, and then they chase each other, and then that's when they find out that's when they realize that they both had powers.
I see.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny because like even though like Tandy kind of grew up privileged, she ended up poor on drugs and stuff. And where like Tyrone, he was poor, like he was actually like poor, average citizen with both parents in his life and everything. But he actually grew up to be pretty, from a family that's doing well for themselves. Yeah. He was going to a Catholic school, which looked pretty prestigious. But that's pretty much the premise of the show. I actually went into this show with low expectations. Excuse me. So, but I'm actually entertained by it. But I just need like this very slow character development. Like you barely saw them two together. So it's like I guess what they're doing is like you're getting the chance to know them individually.
Yeah.
Until eventually, I know they're gonna end up like together probably for the remainder of the season. Yeah. So eventually that's gonna come later on. But as of right now, we're like getting to know them individually, and I kind of got that Runaways feel because it's like it's a teen show.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah, it's a teen show, but it's darker.
Okay.
Like Runaways had like that was like a light American Pie, which is like couple of teen parties and all that. They're all like a bunch of rich kids and stuff that didn't really get into trouble and all that. Well, where Cloak and Dagger is like, it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised. I'm like, damn, this is Freeform, which used to be ABC Family.
Yeah, and this is on Hulu too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, but then I thought about it. I'm like, well, Freeform had a show called The Fosters, and that's pretty like fucked up. That show's pretty fucked up from what I hear. Any differences in quality compared to Netflix's Marvel? Well, John, I'm just gonna say it up front. You'll hate it. You'll hate it because it actually has character development. It's not necessarily rushed.
Shots fired.
Good character, some good characters. And it's not necessarily, and they're lesser known heroes, so it's not necessarily hey, let's put together a shitty movie and people will pay to see it.
Oh yeah, true.
So yeah, you will hate it for those reasons.
Yeah, I mean, well, to give John some credit, I mean, he does appreciate the Netflix shows to a point. Like I know he said that he liked the first season of Daredevil and half of season 2. He thought Defenders was all right if disappointing, which I had the same reason, same opinion. He disliked Iron Fist, which
understandable.
Understandable. Most of us did. I don't think he was a big fan of Jessica Jones. but which is too bad. And I don't think he was into Luke Cage that much either.
He ought to be ashamed of himself for that one.
He should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next up was the S.H.I.E.L.D. Rebirth. Oh damn, I forgot to write the person who wrote it, but the S.H.I.E.L.D. Rebirth comic that I told you I picked up last week. There's a lot going on in that comic.
Okay. How many issues so far?
The issue that I have was it's 4.
4. Okay.
4 in general, but they were like put together.
Okay.
And 5. It's a 6-issue series.
Okay.
But the thing was 5 and 6 were delayed. Damn, Tyrone just missed it, dude. You're in Tyrone. You're in Cloak and Dagger, bro. But yeah, it's a deep dive into like the hidden history of S.H.I.E.L.D., where history's greatest minds were members of what it was called back then, the Brotherhood of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
So then you had like Leonardo da Vinci and Isaac Hayes like are at war with each other.
Isaac Hayes?
No, I said Isaac. Wow, did I really say Isaac Hayes?
Isaac Newton, right?
Isaac Newton, correct. Yeah. You know, I was listening to a Isaac Hayes record like recently. And Galileo was actually at war with Galactus way before the Fantastic Four was, and Howard Stark is actually rebuilding. He's actually like laying the foundation to the shield of the S.H.I.E.L.D. that we know today.
Yeah.
So basically, all those members were in the Brotherhood of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then there was, there's lots of time traveling going around, and which was controlled by Michelangelo.
Okay.
Yes.
That's some pretty interesting use of characters right there.
Yeah, it's a very interesting concept, which got me very curious about it. But it's a really good story.
Okay, and she called S.H.I.E.L.D.
S.H.I.E.L.D. Rebirth.
Rebirth. Okay.
Yeah, and then another comic I was able to breeze through was Thanos Rising, which is written by Jason Aaron and the art by Simone Bianchi.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically the origin story of Thanos.
Oh, that should be pretty.
Yeah, he goes back and visits Titan, and he finds the gravestone of his mother, and then that's when he started reflecting how he was born. Basically, like how he looks now, it's basically a birth defect.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Thanos' mother knew that he was gonna be evil, so she tried to kill him at birth. But like, I guess the people in the hospital, they're like, no, don't do it. Something's wrong with you. They had to sedate her and everything, and then like he would grow up to be bullied and stuff. So.
Wow. So I guess Thanos' origin is kind of like the whole baby Hitler scenario.
Yeah, yeah, you can kind of get that. Wait, did Hitler's mom try to kill him?
No, it was like it's like a hypothetical. Like if you travel back in time and if you would you kill baby Hitler?
Yeah. Would you?
I couldn't bring myself to do it. I mean, it's an infant, Even though he'll grow up to be the most evil human being in human history, as a baby, I couldn't do it. If he was 15, fuck it.
What's going on? Nick hit us up. He's like, please tell me y'all gonna be talking about E3.
Oh, of course. Yes.
So, but yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Thanos Rising. All right. We got a few people up in the chat. We got Tyrone. We got Nick Thomas up in here.
Yo, Nick Thomas is the homie,
yeah. And real quick before we get into E3, just one quick recommendation. New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion 6-9, June 9th in Osaka Joe Hall. One of the greatest matches of 2018.
Oh, yeah.
Matter of fact, one of the greatest matches of this decade. This century even.
Whoa.
I'll put it up there. Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match, 1 hour and 4 minutes. If you've got that time to spare, and if you're a wrestling fan, you owe it to yourself to watch that match, because that right there, like Kazuchika Okada, the longest reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion in history at 720 days. Kenny Omega, perhaps if not one of the top 5 elite professional wrestlers in the world, going at it. That's just like pro wrestling nirvana right there. And I will say this, and I will say
no Roman though.
And I was gonna say this, Kyle, just for you. You do not want to see Roman Reigns versus Kenny Omega, because Kenny Omega would embarrass Roman Reigns to such a degree that Roman Reigns will reconsider his career choices if he stepped in the same ring as Kenny Omega. All right, so don't let your Roman Reigns fandom blind you. If you watch Kenny Omega's matches, then you watch Roman Reigns matches, and if you still tell me that Roman Reigns is better, if Roman Reigns is still the homie, you're biased. You're just biased, dude. And that goes for any of you Roman Reigns stands out there. Shout outs to Adrian. Anyway.
The only two.
But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So go seek that match out. But now, skipping news and headlines, because the only news and headlines that we got to talk about is E3 2018.
And I got my little blur. Have you met me? But yeah, E3.
Oh man, we got stuff from Sony, Microsoft, Square Enix, etc.
Start everything.
Yo, should we? Yes, you are biased on everything. I mean, should we start with the Sony conference? You know, go one at a time, or
I started with Bethesda.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the lesser known ones and then move up.
Yeah.
Let's do the studio. We'll just do the studios and then the actual platforms.
Yeah, let's start from like the third parties and then move up to the first ones. Yeah. All right. So you got Bethesda first.
You got you set on your notes for Bethesda.
Oh yeah, I got them right here.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. I will have to say this: like the conferences were great presentations.
Oh yeah, they were.
They were very like highly entertaining shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I could say. If we're gonna start with the trailers that were released, Bethesda killed it. I can't even say which one killed it.
I think they were all even in terms of quality.
I could say that's what I would have to give.
Yeah, with some better, slightly better than others. But with Bethesda, I would say one of the things that stood out for me was Rage 2.
Mad Max on acid.
Yes, which you can also describe the first Rage as well. But this one just seems like it seems like they combined like the insanity of Mad Max and like the fast running gun gameplay of Doom, and just like melded them together somehow. And then we have Rage 2. Mind you, I have the first Rage on the PS3, which I bought in my retro games hunt.
Okay.
Still haven't played it yet, but Avalanche Studios, who also did Mad Max for PS4, this game looks dope. Like it just seems like wholly chaotic. Somehow they managed to make it more chaotic than Doom or Rage from the footage I've seen from the first game. And it has like elements of Bulletstorm in there as well, and a bit of Borderlands to it. So that just seems like the perfect cocktail of a first-person shooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you played Doom or Rage at all?
Last time I played Doom was on a Macintosh in elementary school.
Wow, you've missed the whole evolution.
I have. I really have.
Yeah, like I will say, Rage 2 is one I'll be looking forward to. It's coming out next spring, 2019. By then, I'll be done with the first game too. So.
Okay, let me see. Elder Scrolls Legend. Never got into it, and I still don't have no desire.
I mean, I do have some interest in Elder Scrolls 6. Like, they didn't show any footage. They just announced that they are working on the next one.
Yeah.
Which is the next main game after Skyrim. I don't know if it's going to take place in an entirely new world of is it Tamriel? I want to say that's the name of the world. But Skyrim was a fantastic game. Like it still is. So if Part 6 can improve on the elements of Skyrim to an even greater scale, then I'll be all in. especially for the PC, because with the PC you can easily make mods for it.
Yeah.
So I might get that version instead. But when
You're
they
a PC gamer?
like for Steam, like I haven't played ever since I got my new laptop. I haven't been back on Steam. But when I had my desktop before, I did away with it. I was playing Steam games on occasion. Like the last game that I really played hardcore was Fallout New Vegas, and I didn't even finish it. I was like 40 hours in and I just stopped.
That was a full work week, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of Fallout, what did you think of Fallout 76?
That's a great presentation. That was a great presentation. Like, Fallout fans would not be disappointed.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I think Fallout 76, like it looks like the Fallout game that I wanted Fallout 4 to be. Like, not only in terms of graphics, it does seem like a significant step up this time. I am intrigued about its online. I wouldn't say online only, but it's primarily it's an online game, but you can still play it solo player.
Yeah.
So I guess it's going to be like multiplayer online, like in the same vein as like a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne, where you have other players that are doing their thing, or like an MMO, but you can still play a solo player campaign. From what I understand, it's like a survival game with base building as like a big component, which is kind of introduced in Fallout 4, where you can like build settlements and kind of fortify them.
Yeah.
And the game takes place in West Virginia as well. So
Yeah, of all places.
yeah, it's not too far from a Fallout 3 setting of Washington, D.C. West Virginia, it's basically Appalachian country,
Yeah.
Heath Slaterville. So
I got kids.
yeah, so mutant hillbillies galore, I'd say.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm for it.
Now, what is Steam, though? Is what Kyle's asking.
Steam, it's a online platform by Valve, and you can actually you can create a free membership, and you can actually like purchase and download PC games to your desktop or your laptop. So like any PC games that's out there, like say like any of the latest releases, you can download on Steam and have your own copy, and you can play it there instead of buying the physical copy. You can just buy it through Steam. So basically, and also like Steam's also known for their sales. So like their holiday sales in December, they have like a spring sale and a summer sale where they sell PC games at like a significant discount. So that's where you can like buy several games and then not play them for months, which is what I usually did.
And Nick said, I don't know about the nuke thing, though. It's going to be so many trolls.
Yeah.
That whole nuclear weapons. Oh, my God. It's going to be that game is going to be a nuclear holocaust.
Yeah. And
I guarantee it.
yeah, like I saw a YouTube comment on the trailer that like it said that like with the nuke thing, where I guess where people can control not only nuclear weapons but like nuclear bases or silos, like
Yeah.
like you're gonna have those troll gamers that are gonna be so irresponsible with it. They're just gonna like nuke like everything and just like ruin it for other players. So I don't know if Bethesda has some mechanisms put in place to like curb the trolling, but I hope that it's not gonna be out of control.
It's gonna. It's gonna. Let me see. One thing that I just said, like, this is definitely a Victor ass game, and I know like he like jizzed himself when you saw this. Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Yes. Yo, it's coming out next year. Wolfenstein Youngblood. It's the continuation of Wolfenstein: The New Order and The New Colossus. More Nazi killing fun. You shoot Nazis in the face, you punch Nazis in the face, you pulverize Nazi faces to a pulp, and that's the whole game, and I love it. I'm for it. Yo, my nipples are hard for Wolfenstein.
Why you always got to take it to that degree? Like, I don't need to know all that.
It's just my way of saying that I'm really looking forward to the game.
Like,
But Wolfenstein Youngblood, it's interesting because you're playing as the twin daughters of B.J. Blazkowicz.
Yeah.
And it takes place in the 1980s.
Yeah.
And apparently the Nazis still have a foothold in the world.
They're still there now.
Yeah, it's true. With
Shit. But it was one funny thing though is that the Bethesda president is like, this, yep, like, yep, you're still doing this to Nazis. This is basically our ever-loving quest, our never-ending quest of saying fuck Nazis. And I'm like,
True.
well, that is like the best way to put it.
Oh yeah, and any game that hurts real Nazis' feelings, it's a game that I will fully support. But yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, so we'll get to that one, TJ. Kyle.
Oh, also, real quick, Prey Moon Crash was announced, which is now available.
Nah.
Look, come on, listen, though.
It didn't appeal to me. Didn't get my attention.
See, that's why I gotta say, like, Prey was one of the most slept on games of last year. Prey is $20, the base game, and you can if you buy Prey, the base game, you can download for free. By the way, the New Game Plus mode and Survival mode. So those modes are free for the base game. They're available now, and Moon Crash is only $20, so that's available now, and that's like a procedurally generated DLC where enemies, hazards, and loot are different every time you play. So that's pretty dope. I might check that out if I have the money to allocate towards it. Because Prey was a dope game. It was criminally slept on. Don't sleep on that game, man.
I just couldn't do it. Didn't do it for me.
All right, you're missing out, man. It's a great story too. It's a great story.
Listen, there's already enough games over here that's just gonna occupy my time. Like, my girl hates the fact that I play video games and I actually have hobbies and shit. Like, she's gonna be pissed. Like,
I mean, she shouldn't be. I'm sure there's some games for her too that she can get into. Oh, that's too bad.
I think the only game that she played Madden with me before. I let her score like one touchdown, and I'm like, all right, I let you do too much, and I just beat the crap out of her. She tries to play Sonic Mania and just,
Yeah.
she just can't do it.
Nah, just not her thing. Oh, well.
She tries.
Okay.
She's just not good at it.
Yeah, get an A.
She needs more practice. She needs a lot more practice.
Yeah, but get an A for effort nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bethesda. Oh, and there's one more thing from Bethesda too.
I know you're ready. Go ahead.
Doom Eternal.
Yep.
Yes.
I knew it.
The sequel to my favorite game of 2016, Doom.
I'm leaving that up to you.
There's going to be more to come on August 10th at QuakeCon, so there's going to be more information on Doom Eternal, but it appears to be hell on Earth, so demons apparently have overrun our planet, and the Doomslayer is back. Yes, I did. He's back to wreak some vengeful vengeance on all demons. Yes, I said vengeful vengeance. I love that game so much because just like in Wolfenstein, you know, you punch demons in the face, you shoot demons in the face, you take an occasional chainsaw to the face of demons, and that's the whole game. And I love it. It's a game that if I want to blow off steam, I just pick up Doom. Oh, there's an imp. Little giblets of imp blood and brain matter everywhere. It's a game you can play with your kids, by the way. I would recommend it to your kids. If you have young kids, sit them down in front of Doom 2016, and they'll have a great time.
All right.
Listen, man.
Wait, Furman. Yep. Okay, that's all I had to really say.
Listen, man. I watched RoboCop when I was 5 years old. Look at me now.
You really want to use that? That's not necessary. You're not necessarily the best example.
Hey. It's all right.
All right, Cannibal Holocaust.
I've never seen Cannibal Holocaust.
Listen,
and I
the only reason why I've ever heard of that movie is because of you.
I know, but I know I brought it up because I know about it by reputation, but when I learned about it, I refused to watch it. But I'm for Doom Eternal. But yeah, I think that's all the Bethesda stuff going on. But there'll be more information on those games as the months roll on.
Quake Champions?
Quake Champions? What about Quake Champions?
The new Quake game that's coming out?
You know, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. It says, I'm just not sold in it, and the graphics look PS2-ish.
Yeah, Quake is I think that's for the niche niche first-person shooter multiplayer set, because I know Quake still has a strong following.
Yeah.
Especially the older games, but I've never been big into Quake myself.
Okay, let's move on to EA. You want to move on to EA?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I go down my list. Battlefield 5. I think the Battlefield fans will be pleased.
I think they will be. It's got a battle royale mode, so I think EA's hopping on that craze.
You want it? Yeah, because you know what? That Fortnite, that battle royale from Fortnite, that's what's getting people. I'm like, they're listening. And they're noticing that like people are loving it.
Oh yeah, and in fact, I think Fortnite's available on the Switch as well.
Now it is, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the battle royale is going to be EA, but EA with their predatory microtransaction practices, they're going to bleed it dry. They're going to play out the battle royale genre by themselves.
It'll happen. Yeah, it'll happen. Because watch, the next Call of Duty is going to be battle royale.
Oh yeah, or Call of Duty, Black Ops.
Everybody loves that. Everybody loves that.
Oh my gosh, I wish that was a real game.
The one with Carl Winslow or me?
Carl Winslow.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I just threw my idea. I was like, Call on Duty. I'm like, you know what? I just had to throw it in.
Kyle Chapman says Battlefield is greater than Call of Duty, which, you know what? Not having never played either game, I'm you know what? I'll leave it to you.
I can't go by that. I never played Battlefield. I played like Call of Duty. I just download Black Ops 3
Okay.
because it was free.
Yep.
But we'll get into that when we hit Sony.
Yeah.
I got a bone to pick with them.
Okay. All right. I'm curious about that.
All right. But yeah, FIFA 19, soccer fans would love it.
Yep.
Like I looked at it, I was even impressed.
Yeah.
And I work with a lot of soccer fans.
Soccer, aka real football. You know it's called football, right?
Football.
Football. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like fruit bowl without the R.
Don't.
Is it?
I mean, come on.
Is it?
That's just so.
Is
simple.
it?
Yeah, it is.
All right
but
then.
Still.
All right then. We have football, damn it.
Yeah, football.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. On Unravel 2?
You know, it looks charming. I mean, I
nice little game to play with your little significant other or your kids or something.
Yeah, kind of reminds me a little bit of Little Big Planet or Puppeteer. Yeah, kind of has that vibe. I haven't played the first one, but I don't know if the first Unraveled. I don't know if that's a Microsoft exclusive or if it's also for the PS4. But I was interested in playing it.
Nick Thomas says Champions League is gonna be great.
I heard a lot of good things about that too.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a lot of people playing that one. I guarantee it. Sea of Solitude.
Sea of Solitude?
Meh.
You know, I'm intrigued that I'm intrigued that EA. It's something unique from EA, but then again, EA is like this all-consuming juggernaut. They're buying up all these small indie studios, and this is one of the games that they bought up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and not the biggest fan of EA, but that game looks somewhat intriguing. It kind of reminds me of, for some reason, The Old Man in the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, or Life of Pi. You know, just a lone person in a boat and battling sea monsters somehow. I
Redbox it.
I'll say if it's available on Redbox, why not? You know. But if there's more information to come, I'll be on the lookout for it.
Okay. NBA Live 19. I didn't even know they were still making live video games.
Yeah, I thought 2K still had the license of the NBA.
There's no like one game that has like the license, and apparently EA still has it too.
Okay. All right. So NBA Live.
Still as of right now, 2K got the juice.
Yeah, but I heard that I know that 2K18 was horrible in terms of its.
People are playing 2K.
Yeah.
Like religiously.
Yeah, I know. But I heard that NBA 2K18 was horrible because of like the obscene microtransactions they had in it. Like when you had to upgrade your player, like you had to basically grind for dozens upon dozens of hours and it kind of frustrated you into having to like shell out extra money just to upgrade your player. So if 2K19 continues that trend, I'm not going to be paying attention to it.
Even Nick was like, "Fuck no, I will never get another live game." I have not played live since like what 90? No, 2003. Because it came with a CD that had music on it. It came with a music CD, and one of the songs that I still love to this day was a song by Just Blaze featuring Memphis Bleak and Freeway, because I'm a big Rockefeller head. And the song was called "Let's Go." Let's Go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I know what that. Yeah, had a really dope beat to it too.
Yeah, that beat was fire. I still beatbox it from the
Yeah.
sometime. But yeah, he says too. Yeah. First of all, John Aponic says the Old Man in the Sea video would be amazing. Would be an amazing game. Good call, Vic.
Oh, thank you, John.
I wouldn't get
It would be actually. Yeah.
And Kyle says 2K has no competition. Other companies' games are ass. The only reason it gets so much money.
I would say yes and no. I mean, Kyle is definitely right in some regards to in that, especially when it comes to like the sports games. Although I will argue that the WWE 2K games, while they're not complete ass, they're not all that good either. Like I could definitely see why the WWE 2K games have their fans, but in terms of gameplay, it does not stack up to like the Aki Corporation wrestling games like No Mercy, WCW, NWO Revenge.
You do realize that those games were made by the same developers.
Well, no, well, Aki.
Those were THQ.
Well, THQ was a publisher, but Aki Corporation, they developed the gameplay. Like, so they also developed the Def Jam Fight for New York and Vendetta. Yeah, like those wrestling games are perfect, but the 2K games, nah, man. Like, if you're a fan of like moving the thumbstick and the shoulder pad and doing a handstand to do basic moves, then hey, you can have it. Yeah.
All right. Madden.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I do. Copping it. Well, Madden gets my money every year.
See, you ain't shit.
Wait, what the fuck was up? Why you gotta take it that far?
See, first of all, number one, these Madden games, right? They're all the same every year, basically, just updated rosters. And two, with this controversy with the NBA, you know what? I will pay attention.
Oh my God, here we go.
I will pay attention to Madden 2019 if it has a take a knee mode. If it has if you play the national anthem, if there's a take a knee mode in the game,
They don't play the national anthem in the game.
Oh well, then you know what? You still ain't shit though.
Why? Because I'm a football fan.
Are you gonna watch the NFL next season?
Still on the fence. Odds are I will. I probably will.
Do the right thing, man.
Yeah, just you know what's crazy? Usually when I go, let me tell you something. Whenever like I do watch football, I go to my boy's house and we watch it on Red Zone. So we skip all that national anthem stuff. Nice. And it's literally just football from 1:00 to 7:45.
No, that's too much football, but okay.
No, it's not good. Yeah, for you, because you're able to watch with Red Zone. You're able to watch every game.
Wow, that's
like you keep up with it. So it's like, especially if you play fantasy football. It's the brother Derek, what up?
Yeah, so you can watch the Cowboys lose in HD. That's what's up.
See what? Oh, you want to see that with brother Derek's?
It's all right.
Oh, and speaking of my beloved Dallas Cowboys, this year's cover athlete, is Hall of Famer Terrell Owens.
He's a Cowboys fan?
And he's going to be in his Cowboys. He played on like 4 or 5 different teams.
Okay.
But on the cover, he's going to be in his Cowboys uniform.
Oh, so the Madden curse struck him too, huh?
It's not going to strike him because he's already retired.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, like injured players, yeah. Okay, so what are your thoughts on this Madden 19? What do you know about?
Well, I know that they're going to keep going with the long shot feature, which I was actually a huge fan of.
Okay. I heard some good things about that. Like Mahershala Ali was in the last one,
right? Yeah. So they're actually going to keep going with the story of Devin Wade.
Okay.
And I'm just interested in what's going to happen now and who's going to be in it. I mean, they have Mahershala Ali, Dan Marino, and a couple other famous a couple other actors in there. So I'm like really curious what they're gonna do now. I don't even want to like really know too much about it because sometimes too much of something is bad.
Yeah, like it kind of like spoils your appetite.
Yeah, so I don't want that to. I don't even want that to happen. Like I knew about it, and so Owens is bankrupt, Vic. If that makes you feel better.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I wouldn't wish bankruptcy on any football player.
Yeah, you would. Brady.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. He should be in his 49ers gear. Well, that's because. Well, first of all, Nick Thomas hates the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
Shut up. And he's not on good terms with the with the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I came across an article. I wish I could have saved it, but it was like like he didn't do much with Cincy or the Bills. The Eagles, I guess he still has his controversy with, and in the 49ers as well. So the only logical place to put him is, the only logical uniform for him to wear is the Cowboys.
Yeah. So what else?
Command and Conquer Rivals.
I heard that got some angry reactions.
I was like, nah.
I mean, because Command and Conquer it's a popular strategy game series from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's making a comeback, but it's coming back as a mobile game, and I think that's what's made some fans angry about it. Because it's like you had Command and Conquer. I think Ric Flair was in one of the games.
Really?
Yeah, like if you Google it or YouTube it, like Command and Conquer Ric Flair, he like had like a little cameo appearance. He played some army general.
Oh God.
And Tim Curry was in it. But apparently, because it's a mobile only game, and you know how the business practices of mobile only games, like free to play, but you gotta like spend mad money to like unlock the good stuff.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, like Pokemon Go. I think that's the danger of this game, especially with a real time strategy game. Like to pull that off, it's like there's no way you can play the game effectively until you shell out real money. So if EA goes that far into it, then it's going to be way more controversial than it needs to be. So hopefully they don't do that.
Okay. Now Anthem. A couple of people have already been wanting to hear us talk about this.
Yeah.
It looks like it has the potential to be a successful franchise.
It does. Like it's made by BioWare, so it's an action RPG. It's got flying armored suits called Javelin. So it's kind of like Iron Man-esque armor suits. Giant monsters, lush jungle environments, so you can fly around with multiplayer squads. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm getting strong Mass Effect, Iron Man, Destiny vibes from it. So it's published by EA. So if they don't load it, if they don't bog it down with so many microtransactions and unwarranted DLC, then I might be receptive towards it. Like it has strong potential to be one of the best games of this generation. Like just from a purely visual standpoint.
Yeah. I can see it. Like Nick Thomas said earlier, that it's basically like Destiny on steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Derek goes back to our mobile games. He said mobile games messed up all the classics, i.e. Roller Coaster Tycoon. Shaking his head emojis.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But and then Destiny had a baby with Halo, kinda.
Yeah, I agree. I get some Halo vibes from it too. Yeah.
It could, yeah. But like I said, it can grow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can it be the next Overwatch? I'm not gonna go that far.
Well, it's not a multiplayer shooter like Overwatch, so I wouldn't compare it to that.
All right.
Yeah, but if it has the potential to be the next like Destiny or even Mass Effect, then
I would probably say definitely either one of those two.
Yeah, but provided that it's better than Mass Effect Andromeda, because Andromeda looked like ass. I refused to play that game.
Oh, it was funny too. It's like with Destiny, GameStop is not even taking the first Destiny anymore, like for trade-ins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was with my boy last week, as a matter of fact, and he was trading in a couple of games, and they're like, "Oh, Destiny, we're not even taking these anymore."
Wow.
I'm like, Destiny's not that old.
I guess because they have way too many copies, used copies.
Yeah.
That could be it. Because I think that's one reason why GameStop wouldn't take back a trade in a used game. Because if they have so many copies of Destiny, then it's like, oh, what's the point?
It was probably like worth like 14 cents or something. Like.
If it's that high.
Yeah. And then Kyle says Andromeda wasn't that bad. Try it out if you're a Mass Effect fan.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man.
I know it was featured in Up Up Down Down before because Ember Moon made Kofi Kingston drink the Krogan shake.
Yeah.
And it was over Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except that she cheated and actually like paid for the DLCs and stuff. Paid for all the add-ons and everything.
Yeah.
PvP kill Destiny.
Mm.
But should we move on to like Ubisoft?
Ubisoft, yeah, sure.
That was a dope opening though that they had for their show for Just Dance 2019.
Yeah, I didn't even see that opening actually, but they are making another Just Dance.
Yeah.
Have you played any of the other games in that series?
With my clients, I played like Just Dance. I don't even remember which one. It was one of the early Just Dances for the Wii.
I would get into a Just Dance game if like there was like a Vogue edition.
Get the fuck don't don't.
Yo,
don't. God damn it.
You know what? Just all that. Yo, I look, Kenna Brother Vogue. # Kenna Brother Vogue. Just Dance edition. Vogue. Just Dance Vogue edition. I'd be there. I would buy the PlayStation camera just for that game. I'm just saying, man. Let a brother vote.
It's so funny when we're looking back at it.
All right, peace out, Kyle.
Oh damn! All right, Kyle. But yeah, the opening was dope. I actually was highly entertained by it. But they do. I know in one of the older games they had "It's Raining Men," so I mean, there you go. Wow.
Listen, It's Raining Men is a horrible song, and the video was just atrocious.
There's only one thing I could associate "It's Raining Men" to.
Oh, Men on film. Hated it.
Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Oh man, I'm kind of hot and cold on Beyond Good and Evil 2.
You're on the fence?
Yeah, because it's been 15 years since Beyond Good and Evil 1 came out, and it's been about 10 years since Ubisoft was promising Part 2, and the cinematic trailer, that looks like it could be an awesome all CG movie. I would actually go out and see that because the visuals were absolutely gorgeous.
They were.
But at this point, after years of waiting, I'm just like, eh.
Oh, it made me think of that game that you was so anxious to
Oh yeah, The Last Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
You still haven't bought that, haven't you?
Nah.
It's cheap now. You might as well.
How much is it?
I'm sure that game's got to be in the $20 range, maybe even less.
I'll wait till it hits the 15-10 range.
I'm pretty sure it's there.
Yeah, but Beyond Good and Evil 2, it does have some intriguing twist to it. For example, Jade, who's the protagonist from the first game, it seems that she might be the main villain this time around, which is that's an interesting direction to go with her character. But at the same time, from what I hear, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is actually a prequel to the first game. So I'm not sure how that's going to logically tie into the first game somehow. If the gameplay is solid, then you know what? I'll check it out. But I'm very much on the fence of Part 2 because of the long wait.
Oh, The Last Guardian is $19.99 at GameStop.
It needs to get lower.
That's brand new.
Brand new, yeah. Still, it's gotta come down lower for me, man. Yeah, I mean, if it's $10,
shirts are selling for $2.
if it's $10 or less, I'll give it a shot. But yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2. So far, we haven't really seen any gameplay for it. So until then maybe my opinion might change. But beyond the visuals, I'm just I mean, the first game came out when I was a sophomore in college. Now I'm 34, so it's like, whatever, man.
Okay, Trials Rising looks fun. That looked fun to me.
What is Trials Rising? I didn't get to see that one.
The dirt bike. It looked like a racing game. Mm-hmm. The dirt bike racing game, though.
Okay. It does sound familiar. Is it part of a series? Like
I think it is a series. Just that this was the first one I saw.
Because I think there was like Trials Fusion.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked highly like entertaining and fun. Like one of those like party games, I guess.
Oh, okay. Kind of like Forza or something like that.
Forza looked good.
Yeah, that's under Microsoft stuff.
All right, yeah, we'll get to that. But okay, we can breeze through that. Mario Rabbids and that whole Donkey Kong thing. Did you catch that?
Nah,
Did you watch the Ubisoft one?
I did watch some of the Ubisoft ones. Like I saw The Division 2, which is coming out March 15th next year. Mm-hmm. That looks dope. It's set in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a really cool multiplayer online shooter.
I noticed that these Tom Clancy games, like, they make a lot of them, but you don't really hear too much about them, like, after they come out.
That is true. Like, they do have a hot spark, like, when it first comes out, and then it just fizzles out.
Yeah.
After a week or two. The Division 2 does look dope. I remember Aris was trying to get us and Maurice to buy copies of the game so we could play multiplayer, and it was like $9 at the time, and I just wasn't interested in playing it.
Was this after I joined the show?
No, I think this was after you joined the show. Yeah, I think it was like a couple years back actually.
Probably was when my PlayStation died.
Yeah, it was around that time.
Oh yeah, so I wasn't buying shit. But
Yeah.
one thing, Skull and Bones looked very interesting.
Oh yeah, the pirate game.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's like online only, I believe. That game does look like the pirate game that I would check out.
Yeah.
Yeah, more so than Sea of Thieves, which came out recently.
I ain't even paid. You know, I did write it down somewhere, but I was like, whatever with it. Other than that, For Honor looked kind of. For Honor had it. It was cool.
Yeah, like I know it came out last year for. I think this is like an expansion of the first game. It kind of had mixed reviews. I do like the concept of the original game. Like you play like a samurai, and a barbarian, and a third type of warrior.
Yeah.
In different time periods, but I just never got into it. But hey, for fans of the first game, this might be right up their alley. That expansion.
Okay, you want to move on to Nintendo?
Oh wait, there's one more Ubisoft game though.
Go ahead.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Keeping that franchise going, because I don't. How was Origins though?
I heard Origins was good, but I heard that it was also it had some bugs in it too. I like the ancient Egyptian setting of Origins, but have you seen any footage from Odyssey?
Very little bit. I think I got like sidetracked or something.
Yeah, like Odyssey does look amazing. I'll give him that. Like it's actually set in 5th century BC in ancient Greece.
Yeah.
During the Peloponnesian War between the Spartans and the
Athenians.
Athenians. Yep. And what's cool about this game is that you travel across the Aegean Sea across 8 different environments within ancient Greece, and you get to play as one of 2 characters, a male protagonist and a female protagonist.
Right. That I did see.
Yeah. Alexios or Cassandra, and like there's some RPG elements to the game too. So like you have different gear which you can level up. You have a skill tree, which you can gain different abilities in from.
Yeah, Nick said that don't even feel like an Assassin's Creed game to me.
You know, it like I can see your point there. Like at that point, like I would say, I think. It seems to me like Ubisoft is just sticking with the Assassin's Creed name because of how recognizable it is.
Yeah.
It just draws money.
That's their cash cow.
Yeah, like
that is that and what the Just Dance.
The Just Dance games, yeah. Because I'm thinking that if Assassin's Creed Odyssey was just released as like say just Odyssey, just like a completely original ancient Greek game,
Nobody would buy it.
Nobody would buy it, or at best it'd be like a cult hit, where it's like a mid card game.
Yeah,
kind of like Assassin's Creed Origins would have been if it didn't have the AC name attached.
Right.
But then again, like part of me wants to get into it. But at the same time, knowing Ubisoft's somewhat shady business practices with, again, their own take on microtransactions and whatnot and DLC, I don't know. And plus, like, given how bug-ridden the last few Assassin's Creed games were, I think Syndicate was terrible when it came to bugs, and Origins to a certain extent. If Odyssey isn't cleaned up before it hits the shelves, then I don't know, man. It's going to be another botch from Ubisoft, and I hope it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You want to breeze through Nintendo?
Yeah, Nintendo, man. All the Nintendo fans.
Why can't Nintendo have a nice little showcase instead of something that's pre-recorded?
They just always want to be different for difference sake.
Like, I understand that, but it's like you have people who come to who spend buku bucks. Mm-hmm. Just to like go and get and go see these presentations and stuff. You see Sony doing their thing, Microsoft, Ubisoft, and all these other companies, and then you just got everybody else is watching TV for you.
Yeah,
like give us something. Give your Nintendo fans something. Like you're already giving us a hard time with your limited amounts of consoles y'all put out.
Yeah, it's true.
So, like, y'all got the money, shit.
I think Nintendo's like, oh, we'll just let our games do the talking. But with that, I know a lot of Nintendo fans are screaming with joy right now with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah, I'm not a Smash Brothers fan, but if I was, I would be screaming, doing backflips in the whole nine.
Yeah, I know Freddie, Furman.
That whole crew. I'm the only one who doesn't play.
Me neither. I'm not because A, I don't own any of the Nintendo consoles, and B, I've played Smash Brothers when we had like the fellas around and a few times, and I just can't get into the gameplay.
Me neither.
It's just a whole bunch of button mashing to me. I'm pretty sure like there's like a method.
Well,
to
you're not a fighting gamer.
Well, to begin with, yeah, but even so, I'm pretty sure there might be some method to the madness in the Smash Brothers gameplay, but I just never could get into it. But for those who are into Smash Brothers, like you got plenty of reason to celebrate because it has the largest roster. Everybody, every fighter from every previous Smash Brothers game is in this one with over 60 fighters. Every single character in the series history includes 2 new fighters. To the series. It's got Ridley from Metroid, and Inkling from Splatoon. So I heard those Splatoon games, they look fun though, and the game is compatible with a GameCube controller.
Yeah, it's funny too. I saw a meme that just said, not a meme, it was actually a tweet. So then it says, Marvel, Avengers Infinity War will be the biggest crossover ever. Mm-hmm. Nintendo, hold my beer.
Yeah, they've got of course all the Nintendo characters. They've got Solid Snake. They've got
Solid Snake is from
Metal Gear Solid.
Thank you, I thought so.
Ryu from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
They got who else? Oh shoot, it's out the tip of my tongue. I forgot. Sonic. Cloud.
Oh yeah, he is in the game.
Yep, for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, that was. I think at that point when I think I had to like get up and feed the dog or something. Like when it was going through it, and I'm like, all right, this is a good opportunity. I'm not a Smash Brothers fan, so like I can get up and feed the dog real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I will say like Smash Brothers Ultimate, like when it comes out on December 7th of this year, it's gonna fly off the shelves like.
Yeah, that and Mario Party.
Oh yeah,
Mario Party. Knowing my group of friends, we'll make a drinking game out of those.
Yeah, that's the perfect social drinking game right there. Or
shout outs to Marcos. Yeah, Marcos was a big Mario Party fan.
Oh wow, yeah, that comes out October 5th on the Switch. And also there's a Fire Emblem Three Houses coming out next spring.
Yeah.
I like the Fire Emblem games, so you know what? That's like Nintendo's strategy RPG series.
What'd you think of Demon X Machina?
I didn't get to see that actually.
I thought it looked nice. Oh, the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee, whichever one you buy.
Oh, is that another mainline Pokemon game?
Yeah, but that you can actually like link it with your Pokemon Go and stuff, and it's what Pokemon Go should be.
I see.
Like you can actually have like you can battle people and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? It should have been like that. Pokemon Go should have been like that.
Yeah.
But that was the problem with Pokemon Go. They never added that. If they would have added that, more people would still be playing now.
Yeah.
There's still a community of Pokemon Go players out there.
Oh, so I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Harlow. He was like, "Yo, I caught a Mewtwo," and I'm like, should have just shown me where I could just catch that and just be like, "Hey, look, fellas, look what I got."
Like, do you still have that on your phone?
I spent so much. I spent so much time invested in it that I just had to do it.
Yeah, I deleted my Pokemon Go like long ago.
Nah, I still got mine. Because sometimes like I'll pop it open just to like see how it looked and how it changed. And then like it was a month or two ago we went to Oakland Beach. Like when the weather started breaking, we went to Oakland Beach.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just crack this thing open. Let me just see what's up. So I just started catching Pokemon I had never even heard of because I think they're like a second and third gen now.
Oh, I see. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, Fortnite's available on the Switch now.
Yep. We mentioned that earlier. Yeah, not much in the way from Nintendo though.
Nah, it's like it was like more of like this is what we got coming to the Switch. Like already established games coming to Switch like Minecraft. And Fortnite and all that. That Killer Queen Black. I was like, nah.
I haven't seen that one actually.
Nothing that really makes me want to go out and get a Switch.
Yeah.
Like I still have no interest in buying one.
Me neither. Like I know Breath of the Wild is like regarded as like one of the most amazing games like of this generation. And I know Aris and Maurice have like waxed poetic about the game. And it looks great, but as I've said before, like I don't care how great one game is. I'm not going to buy a new console just for off the strength of one game. You got to have more heat. Like the PS4.
I've done that before. So. Like
really?
I wanted a PS3 because I wanted a PS3 just in time for the Madden that year.
Put a console.
But I didn't want it for PS2. I had internet in my house. I wanted to do some online gaming.
Well, to be fair, I mean a PS3, which is a worthy investment because you get different games for it. So that's understandable. Yeah, before a football game, come on now.
Yeah.
Football games all get outdated in like 6 months time.
No, that whole year.
Yeah, but yes, but you know what? But you know what studio certainly swept.
We'll get to that, Nick. We will definitely get to that one.
Oh, hey, what's up, Amber? She just joined us on the chat.
All right.
Let's talk about Sony.
I want to do Microsoft first.
Oh, you do Microsoft? Okay, fine. I
was like, we're PlayStation guys, right?
Right.
So we got to save the best for last. Yeah, I said it.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah. So yeah, fine, fair enough. We'll get into Microsoft.
Is that a fair point? Is that a valid point?
That's a fair point.
Okay.
Yes.
Halo Infinite, it has a shot of redemption.
It does?
Because it seemed like the Halo franchise fell off a bit.
Yeah. There was what was the last main Halo game? It wasn't Halo Reach, was it?
I can't even tell you.
No, because I know there was Halo 4. That was for the 360.
Yeah, Halo 4 was the bad one.
Yeah.
That caused Halo to fall off.
Yeah, because from what I understand, like Halo 3 was like the ideal end of the trilogy.
Yeah.
But then Halo 4 was clear that Bungie was like, yeah, we want more money, so let's continue the story, even though we don't have any reason to continue the story. Yeah. Hopefully Halo Infinite will bring this series back on track, though.
Yeah, Ori, it looks nice, but it'll fall off.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah.
I haven't even played the first one, Ori and the Blind Forest. It looks cute though.
Cute.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick. Sorry, Nick. You say I'm an Xbox guy. Sorry, but I will say this though. Like Microsoft came with some heat this year.
They did.
But you know what? The main thing I've noticed too, because they did the same thing last year. They released the titles that are still a bit that are going to be available for other systems. Like last year, they did the showcase for Tekken and Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I got them both for PlayStation. So that's what that's what gives them that boost.
Yeah, I think that's what Microsoft's presentation worked well because a lot of them are third-party titles.
Yeah,
like, as you say, are available for other consoles. Like for example, Sekiro.
That was the one I was gonna say.
Yeah, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. That game looks fire.
Big ass game.
That is a perfect game up my alley. That's from Software, developed by From Software, the creators of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. It's published by Activision, which gives me hives. But From Software always puts out great stuff. It's kind of like it's a samurai game. So it's kind of like part ninja, part samurai, part Bloodborne Souls. I guess the main protagonist is like a samurai who has a bone prosthetic arm, and there's like different types of Souls Bloodborne-esque enemies where like they're like samurai, fast-moving enemies and creatures wielding different swords and whatnot. I really like the setting of it. From Software, they haven't made a bad game yet, as far as I'm concerned, and this one looks really dope. And you know what? This takes the pain away from not having a Bloodborne 2, so I'm looking forward to it.
Captain Spirit looks like a Fault in Our Stars type of. It looks like that type of movie, but it's a game.
Oh yeah, that's like it's like a part of the Life is Strange series.
I guess. Never heard it. Like I never heard of it, and I have no intentions on getting it. But if I'm just watching them, I'm like, so, okay, this is cute, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like a kid's imagination.
Yeah,
come to life.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to it because I had a hell of an imagination as a kid, but I was just like, I just got that Fault in Our Stars feel.
I'll definitely play Life is Strange because I still have that on the PS4. So if I play that first, then I can get into whatever they're presenting for this next one.
Yeah, Captain Spirit. I think it's free.
Oh, okay. If it's free, then I'll probably download it and put it on my hard drive, then play the
like my Fortnite.
Yeah. But yeah, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Looking forward to that. It's coming out next year, also for the PS4 and PC.
Crackdown 3. Funny trailer because Terry Crews is just, I don't know, sometimes I just hear his voice and I just start laughing.
Oh, Terry Crews is the man.
Yeah. But I'm not impressed.
You know, have you played any of the previous Crackdown games? Like, they seem fun, but nothing that I would go out of my way to play.
Exactly. I know you lost your shit with the Nier Automata.
Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Well, that game came out last year.
Well, yeah, I think there's like a Become a Gods edition.
Oh, I didn't know there was some DLC for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have that in my notes.
I didn't mind. You must have missed it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Metro Exodus looks cool.
Yes, it does.
Let me see.
Oh,
Forza Horizon 4 looks fun.
It does. It's like that's Microsoft's Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I haven't played Gran Turismo forever.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, that's the closest thing to it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then they showed like how the seasons come into play.
Yeah.
And it looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like once they showed spring and then like the fall, they showed spring and how like the rainfalls was hitting the cameras and stuff. It's the same with winter when you can see the snowflakes in it, and it affected each like season affects your driving in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That was highly impressive.
Yeah, and I know Forza is a very popular series.
Yeah, if I happen to like win an Xbox in a contest and stuff, I would invest in that game.
Yeah.
But I think I already invested enough in my PS4.
Yeah. Oh, there's also a Gears 5.
Oh my God, people are busting nuts over that one.
Yeah, because I know the Gears of War series, like they've all of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I haven't heard anybody say any bad.
I'm not knocking them at all.
Yeah.
But fucking Battletoads.
Yeah.
They're bringing back Battletoads.
I wonder if it's going to be so difficult it's going to be unplayable like the NES version. That bike level just turned off a lot of people, myself included.
The Battletoads was cool. I mean, yeah, they were knockoffs of Ninja Turtles and stuff. Actually, I think they did a crossover back in the day.
No, they did a Battletoads Double Dragon crossover.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was?
Yeah.
I wanted to see Battletoads versus Ninja Turtles. Like,
Yeah, but then it would kind of expose Battletoads as just the bigger knockoffs of Ninja Turtles that they already are. Yeah.
but Battletoads coming back up. I'm curious. I hope that's a third party and not an Xbox exclusive because they didn't show anything. They just
Oh, it showed the logo.
yeah, like the logo with I guess a little bit showed the tongue.
Oh, the frog tongue.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But Battletoads, I'm curious. I really do hope that's a third party. Jump Force looks so dope though.
Ooh. Oh, Jump Force. That's the anime crossover fighting game
Yeah.
featuring characters from Naruto, DBZ, Death Note, and others.
Yeah. And the freaking oh wait, what the hell was it? Devil May Cry 5.
Oh yes, that you know what? I kind of
It's not Cody Rhodes.
yes, not Cody.
It's not Cody Rhodes, and I put on our Instagram that it was. I'm like, yo, he's hustling, is it? Like I was
Oh, you thought it was Cody Rhodes?
I thought it was Cody Rhodes.
He looks. Is he like the character Nero? Because
Yeah.
he's from Devil May Cry 4.
Right.
He looks almost exactly like Cody Rhodes, but that game does look fire though. Part 5, like even though like I kind of fell off on the Devil May Cry series around Part 3, that game, you
3
know
was
what?
dope.
Yeah, that Part 5, I might just jump back into it.
But I was but it did get Cody Rhodes approval.
Oh,
Oh yeah, like he tweeted it and he tweeted like a thumbs up to it.
nice.
So I legitimately thought it was Cody Rhodes.
Hey, listen, when Devil May Cry 5 comes out, I'm gonna be all in.
Yeah, especially with the return of Dante too.
Yep.
I was like, this shit's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, damn man, like this shit better be a third party.
Yeah, Devil May Cry 5, not Cody Rhodes. Hey, I'm still all in.
Yeah.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Oh, Dying Light 2.
I'm gonna leave you to comment on that one.
I heard that the first Dying Light was very good, but slept on. But Part 2 looks impressive. It's a first person zombie game where you're running around an environment, and it's where choices play an even more important role in this game. The gameplay trailer that E3 showed for Dying Light 2 showed 2 different outcomes of one scenario where like there's this section of an abandoned city that needs water, and like if you come across this gang that controls this water tower, if you kill them all, then that section of city, they'll actually develop that part of the city. They'll develop windmills. They'll develop an actual water system, which includes clean running water. But there's a side effect to that outcome where you'll have this where all the citizens will be safe within this zone, but if any of the citizens get out of line from the occupying force that's protecting this now developed stretch of the city, then they'll be beaten down. They'll be beaten to death. They'll be imprisoned. Like they'll be oppressed essentially. On the flip side, if you make a deal with the same gang that controls the water supply in that town, then it'll be a different scenario where like they'll monopolize the water. They'll have this huge line of survivors coming up to get water, but then because you have this one gang controlling all the water, it's gonna attract a whole bunch of like different rival gangs and even worse parties, and so like the city is gonna become even more hostile. And that's just stuff in the daytime in which your choices affect stuff. It didn't get into anything when it comes to what happens at night when you have to deal with the zombies, who are like apparently all fast moving, like in 28 Days Later. So I'm very intrigued. Like watching the trailer for Dying Light 2, it makes me want to go back and play the first game.
Okay.
Because even though the zombie genre has been kind of played out in recent years, I'm still interested.
Okay. Quick jump to Square Enix. The Quiet Man looks good.
Quiet Man, yeah.
Quiet Man is something I'm like, y'all almost getting to shut up and take my money.
Yeah, it's like a mix of he plays like apparently a deaf fighter, as deaf street fighter, and it's like a mix of live action footage, CG, and in-game graphics.
Exactly, it's different.
Yeah,
That's something different. You don't really get too much of that. It's like you get everybody's CG, but it's like you can tell it's them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's whatever actor it is. He said PUBG, damn it.
Yeah.
Not a fan of either.
Like I haven't played PUBG myself, so can't really comment.
All right, and we got to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. We have to, because I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm just not into Disney like that.
Well, Kingdom Hearts, I still love the first game.
Yeah.
But then somewhere along the line, like the whole storyline for Kingdom Hearts, the series, it became so convoluted, way too confusing to follow that I just lost interest.
Yeah.
Like, because there was Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, but then you also had to play like the spin-off games, like for Game Boy Advance and I think the 3DS. Just to get the full story.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, I'm not going to spend extra money on this. What's the point? So I lost interest in the series, and Square Enix they've been teasing Kingdom Hearts 3 like since I graduated college. It's been like 12 years since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out for the PS2. So if anybody out there is still excited about Kingdom Hearts 3, hey, good for you. You can have it. More power to you.
Shout outs to Ed and AJ from the Party Nerds. They're still excited. They are excited.
Hey, you know what? Hey, more power to them because
they love, especially AJ. AJ was like Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, okay.
Like it's for me, that was like the Duke Nukem Forever of like RPGs. Although like the footage that we saw, it's like okay, they're incorporating characters from Frozen and Tangled and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It looks kind of interesting in that regard. And to be fair, like the first two Kingdom Hearts games, they're fun to play, but the storyline, like I said, is just like, yeah, whatever. And I've waited too long. So at this point, when January 29, 2019 comes around, hey, y'all can have a ball with the game because I ain't checking for it. Sorry.
Ready to hit Sony?
Not just yet.
Ooh.
There's one other game that I really need to highlight real quick.
By all means, go on ahead.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Cyberpunk 2077 is the game by CD Projekt Red, the creators of the Witcher series. This is their next game following Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This game looks fuego, man. Like it has this vibrant color scheme. It has shades of Blade Runner and Deus Ex, but it takes place in the daytime, so it's not just like that cliched visual style of like dark streets and neon lights and like rainfall. Like there's more to it visually, and from what I hear, like if Witcher 3 was a masterpiece, and if they can take that same style and aesthetic gameplay wise to Cyberpunk, to like a futuristic setting, I'll be there day one. I will pre-order this game. And if there's a Steelbook edition for it, I will get that too.
Jesus Christ.
Because I'm expecting big things from Cyberpunk 2077. Big things.
Really?
Yeah.
You actually said you pre-order. I want you to actually pre-order something, and then you realize, like, wow, this actually kind of makes life easy.
Well, I have pre-ordered games in the past.
So, and you're still against it?
No, because with pre-ordering, it's like the big developers like EA and Ubisoft, they've taken it to the extreme where it's like you'll pre-order a game And it's like you're pre-ordering more so for the hype, and then when the end game comes out, it's either incomplete or it turns out to be a disappointment, or the content that was promised in the base game is now DLC you have to buy. So you pre-ordered the game, but you're expecting to get a full game, but the content that you have, it's all portioned off for DLC, which is BS. And a lot of developers took advantage of the pre-ordering thing because of that. So
I don't really have that issue. Like, because for the most part, I pre-order all my games. Mm-hmm. Like, it just works. It just works better for me financially.
right.
So it's like, okay, God of War, I pre-ordered.
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem there.
Yeah. Well,
And that's a Game of the Year candidate.
it is absolutely.
What did I say? Dragon Ball, I did. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. No problems there. I actually got two free. I got 2 free characters out of it.
Nice.
So I mean, I guess it depends on. You're right. It depends on the certain developers.
Yeah.
But like, I usually don't have that problem,
Okay.
and it just kind of makes life a whole lot easier for me.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
$10, $20 to spare. I'm like, oh, you know what? Put it towards this game that I really want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, all right. It works for you.
Yeah, and then you won't have to go through your little issue that you went with God of War.
Well, like I said, the issue that I went through with God of War was that it turns out Amazon stopped offering their Amazon Prime discount, so I can't get 20% off games now, brand new games that come out. So I gotta go out to the store and buy it full price like the rest of you peasants. So
You ain't shit either. We call us peasants. We're peasants, but yet I'm sitting there like, you're sitting there on Facebook. Oh, I don't have my God of War. No, I don't have it yet. Woe is me. Well, I'm sitting there like, hey, Vic, guess who's going to the store to get their guaranteed copy?
well, I got mine on the same day because I didn't want to be denied.
Later that day,
Well, yeah, later that day.
I got mine the second GameStop open.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I do, because I can rub it in your face and say, ha, bitch, I got it.
Nah.
Because of pre-ordering.
Listen, listen. Amazon needs to get back on the horse. They need to start selling brand new games for Prime members like myself for $47.99 instead of $59.99, like the rest of you plebes out there.
Plebes, I already got the game. Like I said before, you ain't shit either. Put yourself on some damn pedestal. Oh man, Sony.
Yes.
Okay. Where's my notes? Cause I got my shut up and
Yes.
shut up and take my money ready.
Yes. Sony brought the heat. Last but not least, much like the Golden State Warriors swept the Cleveland Cavaliers, Sony swept the competition with game after game after game after game, win after win after win. The one game that I am looking forward to, still no release date yet, The Last of Us Part 2.
Shut up and take my money. And I'm still in the beginning of the first one.
Yo, telling you, Last of Us, that was my game of 2013, and yo, that is a masterpiece. And Part 2 looks like it's continuing the tradition. Part 2 looks like you're playing as Ellie. I think she's going to be the main playable character, and it looks like there's some small expansions to the stealth gameplay, because now there's like that tall grass stealth element, like you've seen in other stealth games. It takes place 5 years after the events of the first game.
Makes sense.
So he plays an older version of Ellie. She's like 19, 20. And from what I hear, the main theme of The Last of Us 2 is hate. Hate is the main theme of this game, which is interesting.
Hate.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
The gameplay from what I saw is just like intense and vicious. Like those enemies look like they just show even more
No mercy.
Yeah,
No mercy, no feelings, just
even more merciless than the first game, which is considerable.
Yeah.
Because and I love the setting too, like the wildlife and the flora is taking over all these cities. Like your running through this grassy field, which was once a street, and you're running through this parking garage onto like underneath a bus, and then into a store. It was just amazing. Yeah, and you have like Ellie has like a bow and arrow that she can use. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would like to see how much like she has evolved as a character.
Oh yeah, it's like that's some of the best writing in not only in any video game but from any story. Period. Like The Last of Us is what The Walking Dead should be, but it's not.
No, it's probably what it was. But since they fell off, since the show fell off and it's pretty much on its deathbed.
Yeah, yeah, just like pull the plug on The Walking Dead. But The Last of Us Part 2, man, like I'm hoping it comes out this year because
if anything, it'll probably be like if not late this year, then early next year.
Yeah, because like I was expecting it to come out 2 years ago, and I'm surprised that it's taking this long. But hey, sometimes the chicken needs to marinate a little bit longer in the oven, though. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Ghost of, I know I'm gonna say this right, Tsushima. Yeah,
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah,
that looks good.
Yes,
that looks good.
Yeah, that game looks absolutely gorgeous. It's by Sucker Punch. I'm getting strong Witcher 3 vibes from it. I love the setting of it too. Like you have these wide grassy fields, and you have this battlefield graveyard with like the samurai katanas on top of the dirt mounds.
Yeah,
and that really dope fight scene with the red leaves on the ground.
That was and then everything just caught on fire.
Yeah.
I'm like, that looks amazing.
It does. Like, I don't know if you ever...
Like, some of my cousins were hitting me, and they were like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, yo, this shit is fire.
Yeah. Like, have you ever seen that movie Hero? With Jet Li, Donnie Yen?
I never got a chance to see it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like that whole fight in front of the leaves, it reminded me so much of that movie, like, visually. Because it has, like, a similar scene like that. I was like, yo... Like this is the closest thing I've seen to like a hero video game, and I like the gameplay too. Like the swordplay, it seems like it's more based on like timing, more than just like hack and slash.
Yeah, I would get so frustrated with that though.
It seems like because like you're a samurai and you're waiting for like the enemy to strike, and then it's like one hit, like shoom.
Yep.
Oh, that looks really.
And you have to have perfect timing.
Yeah.
You have to have it. Something I don't have much yet. It will have to take like a lot of practice for me to get.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a game like I'm afraid I would rage quit in that game.
No, I think the gameplay will be intuitive. I mean, Sucker Punch, they haven't made a bad game yet.
Story wise, looks like I don't even know what the game is about, but I'm like, this looks like it has a potential to have a really deep story, a very good one at that too. So I'm
playing as like a Japanese samurai fighting the invading Mongolian army.
It looks like the same system from Shadow of Mordor, is what Nick Thomas says.
Maybe to a point in terms of like its combat, as far as like parrying and like dodging. But yeah, like. It looks absolutely amazing. Like if the final game looks that good, like I'm there. Like they haven't announced a release date. It might come out next year. At least that's my feeling. But if it comes out this year, I'm getting it day one.
Control
by Remedy. That looks interesting. That's like it kind of reminds me of like Second Sight on the PS2 and PsyOps, the Mind Geek Conspiracy, where it's like a shooting game, but you have psychic powers like telekinesis.
I gotta do this real quick. Hi, Ma. She's what? Yeah, my mom's literally watching right now. So.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, I gotta say hi to Mom.
Welcome to the show, Mrs. Byrd. Yay! But yeah, Control looks dope. Like I said, elements of like PsyOps with like telekinesis and shooting, and it's like, and it kind of reminds me a lot of Inception too. Yeah. Like the manipulation of your environment.
Yeah.
Like different layers to it, like a kaleidoscope effect. You know what? Just from that minutes worth of footage, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued by that game. Because it's like because like if that's the closest that we can get to an Inception video game, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll be on the fence with it. I would like to see more, because I'm still debating on getting Detroit Become Human, or somebody gets me Detroit Become Human. Hi, Ma.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Oh, we got another. The Resident Evil 2 remake. Shut up and take my money.
Yes, absolutely. Yo,
I don't even know if it's gonna be the same exact game.
Yo,
I don't even think it needs to be.
I don't think so either.
'Cause it looked dope.
Yeah, like for the longest time, like I wanted to see like a remaster or a remake of Resident Evil 2, kind of like with Resident Evil 1. Yeah. But this time it's like you take one of the best games in the Resident Evil series and you have a third-person camera like Resident Evil 4 and 5. Perfect formula. Like that's automatic.
That's the only Resident Evil game I beat.
Really? Part 2?
Yeah, it's still my favorite. It's my favorite Resident Evil game.
Oh wow! Like you haven't even beat Part 4?
Even Nick had to be like, "Yes, it looks so beautiful."
It does. Yo, Resident Evil 2, the remake. It's not even a remaster; it's a remake. Yeah, and it's got the third-person perspective, and it looks genuinely scary. It comes out January 25th of next year.
That's what, 4 days? No, that's 4 days before Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
That's the same week.
Yeah. So, yo.
Save your pennies.
Save your pennies. Yo, I will be playing the hell out of that game.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yo, because like I said, for the longest time, I've been waiting for a part 2 remaster or remake, and man, that's just perfect right there.
Trevor saves the universe? Nah.
Nah, I don't even know what that is.
Okay, then we can move on to Death Stranding.
Oh man,
my Jesus Christ! Give us a date already.
I know. Yeah. Yo, like
he first showed it to us 2 years ago.
Damn, it has been that long, yeah.
And then it's just been little cock teasers here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Now there's more cast members involved and stuff. Mads
Mikkelsen.
Norman Reedus, Leah
Seydoux.
Leah Seydoux, Mads Mikkelsen, Lindsay Wagner, Guillermo del Toro.
Isn't it? Yep.
Like, Jesus Christ, like, give us something.
Well,
say something.
But I will say that the gameplay trailer the trailer that they gave us, it gave us an idea of what the gameplay would be like. It's like an open world game where you're just walking through like this vast, like desolate environment. Like it kind of reminded me of like a Terrence Malick movie, like Tree of Life, where it's like these like really beautiful looking vast landscapes, and it's like very philosophical. It appears in terms of its themes and whatnot, and it has a sci-fi edge to it. So it kind of reminds me of a David Lynch kind of. Like if David Lynch did Mulholland Drive, and like Terrence Malick made a video game, then this would be it. Like it looks absolutely like not only drop dead gorgeous, it looks like almost photorealistic.
Yeah, dude. Oh, did you see the part in the trailer where they had to cover Norman Reedus, cover his mouth?
Yeah,
to keep him from breathing so loud, and then like I can't even tell you what it was. It's just an invisible monster was like walking by them, and all you can see is his footprint.
Yeah.
And it was like right dead in front of them.
Yeah.
And it just walked away, and I'm like, that's some scary shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, yeah, I'm. It's already official. It's already set that I'm buying it.
Oh yeah, like this is like Hideo Kojima's.
Like this is his baby.
Yeah, and
like he'll probably retire after this game.
Hopefully not, because I know like Kojima is like it's like you could tell that Kojima like always wanted to be a filmmaker, but like video games are like his medium. But Guillermo del Toro is also a big fan of video games, so when you combine the two together, like you get some art right here. It looks like a genuine work of art, and like the gameplay, it kind of looks like a nice blend of like. Kind of reminds me of Shadow of the Colossus, in terms of like the vast landscapes that you walk through, and like a bit of Metal Gear Solid, like in terms of like a bit of like the stealth elements to it, and like it looks like it's some really effective sci-fi horror because
definitely a sci-fi.
Yeah, and like the whole baby in the
That
castle.
shit it freaks you out. Like,
Yeah,
but the thing is that we still know nothing of the story.
that's true. Like,
We know nothing. It's just some weird It's just some weird freaky video game that
yeah,
just happens to star Norman Reedus, and the graphics look amazing, and we're just sold.
yeah. Like, there's like small like droplets of the story that we've heard so far. Like, for example, apparently, the rainfall. I think it's called like I forget what the it's like the time shift or something like that, or I don't know what the rainfall is called, but apparently like if you get hit with the rainfall, then you age like prematurely and rapidly. So like I think that plays a part in the game. Also, like death itself is like a big mechanic where if you die, then like I guess like your soul, if you will, is transposed to, like the upside down version of the game. And mind you, like the real life version of the game already looks terrifying enough.
Yeah.
So imagine what the upside down version looks like. And then if you die in that version, or like if you affect anything in the parallel universe or the upside down version of the game, then if you resurrect and come back to life in the real world, then anything you did in the previous world has an effect on the other world that you're playing in. So I think I think in that case, death has a big role to play in like how you go through the game. And that alone intrigues me right there.
Yeah.
But like,
Dude, we were sold on this game since E3 2 years ago.
yep, yeah,
And
just
we were sold on a naked Norman Reedus.
yeah, it's just like him crouching on like this black sand beach with a baby in his arms.
And that's it. We wanted it.
Yeah, like sold. Like, just give us the game right now.
Yeah.
But yo, like I'm more.
And Nick Cotrini says Benjamin Button Rain sold.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good name, Nick. Benjamin Button Rain.
But it's,
Like in fact, like there was I think there was a trailer for the game that came out last year that showed that effect. I think not with the rainfall, but like there was a part where one of the older trailers from last year of Death Stranding where it was Norman Reedus and I think there was like two other members of his team, and I think they were being attacked by one of the monsters, and then one of the members of his team like aged like rapidly in front of him. Like his hair started getting gray, like his face started getting wrinkled and more pale looking, and that freaked me out.
yeah,
Like,
it's a awesome David Lynch shit.
yeah, like watching that footage, I'm like, I don't know, man. I want to see the game scares me, but I want to see more of it.
Yeah.
But yo, Death Stranding,
That game is what nightmares are made of.
yeah, like
And if you do get nightmares, kudos to the game. That's just a testament to the game. That game looks so dope.
yeah, it looks like a real.
Like I said, I was sold 2 years ago,
Yep, same here. Like,
and I still want it.
yep. Yeah, that looks like a real work of art. Like, I think whether it comes out this year or most likely next year, yo, like I said, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will set my time aside for this game. Yeah, I will call out. Well, I can't call out of work. I need the money to get this game, but I'll set time out on my weekend to play this game. But yeah, Death Stranding, yo, that's one to look out for. And we got 3 other games on the list here from Sony. We got Neo 2, which is like samurai. It's like a similar Dark Souls Bloodborne game.
Yeah.
Similar. It's a sequel to Neo, which came out last year.
Right.
Which I heard was really good, and I really want to play the first game still. So looking forward to that game. Of course, we got to talk about Spider-Man coming out September of this year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, pre-order's gonna be set. Pre-order set.
Oh, word up, yo! Day one right there. Like the footage that we saw in E3 with Spider-Man is like he's fighting in a prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Shocker's going at and
Yep.
Shocker's going crazy. He's like, I'm in a prison with probably like 80% of the people I put in here.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's like you're going after Shocker. Then Scorpion pops up.
Yep.
Well, actually, no, it was Rhino first.
Yeah, it was Rhino. Then Scorpion.
Then Scorpion pops up.
Yep.
So then you're chasing Shocker. And then next thing you know, freaking Vulture.
Yeah. It's like the Sinister Six is like
Yeah.
coming out. Yeah.
And then he's escaping me, but The guy in the helicopter at the end who was like
Oh man, he's like an Asian dude, right?
something like that. Yeah.
I forget his name. Like he had, like I know he has like a main character in the game, from what I understand.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we're gonna see. I'm thinking we're gonna see Fisk,
Oh yeah, definitely
Kingpin and stuff.
Kingpin,
But
yep.
then like he shows up. So I mean, we got so far what we know who's in this game is Kingpin,
Yep.
Vulture, Shocker, Rhino. Miles Morales is in the game.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like, and that was just a hint.
yo, Miles Morales being in the game alone, that's automatic purchase.
Like, yeah, Spider-Man don't look like he was faring too well. But there's just so much going on. There's so much going on in that game, and the simple fact that it's open world too, and we actually got a chance to see some gameplay.
Yeah, and like it looks to be open world. Like in the larger city, you can like swing through New York.
Yeah,
And like I remember when Spider-Man 2 came out for the PS2, like I had so much fun with that because of that alone. You can swing through New York, but to see like a photorealistic New York City as Spider-Man, how can I not buy this game? Like even John Haponic has to buy this game. I know he has a PS4.
that game literally, I'll just go around I'll just go to like all the famous projects. Like, I'll go to Bed-Stuy, Brownsville. I'll go to Queensbridge and all that just to do it.
Yeah,
But yeah, that game is like ridiculously dope.
yeah, without a doubt,
It's gonna
man.
be so. Oh my god, she's gonna be so pissed. There's gonna be so many video games that I'm like invested into. And I'm ready to invest my time into.
Absolutely. Like I would say like if for those who want to get their Spider-Man video game fix and just track down Spider-Man 2 for the PS2, and that's going to be like your appetizer for what's to come in Spider-Man coming out September 2018.
I got enough. I mean, I think I have enough video games that's gonna hold me off till that fix. Till I get that game, but still, I still can't wait.
Yeah, well, without a doubt, for sure, man. Like I would be absolutely surprised if it turns out to be a disappointment, or if it gets mixed reviews even, because I don't see how.
There's no way in hell that game would get mixed reviews.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like the developers would have to seriously botch the game. They would have to
You have to.
they'd have to like Roman Reigns it to make it awful.
More Roman shots. You trying to get Adrian and Kyle back on this show to debate, huh?
No, I'm not trying to get him back to debate. You know, I just like throwing shots at Roman because, like, you know, how many coronations can one man have and still, you know, not get over with the fans? Right? Am I right?
But he's getting a reaction.
Yeah, well, so do the Cowboys when they lose, but nobody gives them props for it.
Shut your fucking God.
Yes.
I'll stab you like one day.
But yeah. Any other Sony or E3 stuff we missed?
Not that I can. Not that I thought. Not I don't think so.
No, I think that's.
I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, it's pretty much all the main
You
stuff.
ready to move on to question of the week?
Yes, let's hear it.
Let's get to it.
So yeah, like as Carl's looking for the question of the week, any other E3 games that are on your list that you're looking forward to, let us know in the comments or at codexprimepodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, so last week's question of the week was, what topics would you like to see discussed or debated on the show? All right, on our Instagram, ThunderTongue41, I freaking love her name.
Wow.
I had a debate today with some friends. She says, I had a debate today with some friends on who the best cinematic killer is. I say Jason, but they all said Mike Myers. I strongly disagree.
Okay.
Jessica Cushion says, how should ratings of movies be devised?
Okay.
John Haponic just went in on us and said, okay, more likely to win an award or championship. Cowboys, Marvel, in parentheses, an Oscar, or LeBron James. The Cowboys have 5 championships.
20 years ago.
They still have them. LeBron James has 3 championships.
Yep.
And Suicide Squad winning that Oscar was a fluke.
Yeah.
Somebody had to get that.
Yeah. Best makeup and hairstyling. It was a weak year.
Yeah, it really had to. Okay, then he goes on to say, would you choose a team-oriented show on Netflix like Defenders or individual series? Example, Iron Fist Season 7 being produced. Should Mace Windu get a prequel, stay dead, or be put in the new Star Wars universe? Assuming he doesn't die, do you want Iron Man to be recast, and who would you pick? And then this is actually I'm gonna skip this one and go to the next one. What childhood video game would you want to get the PS4 remake treatment? Example, the new Resident Evil 2 release. But that one, I gotta say Streets of Rage.
Yeah. I will have to see a Streets of Rage remake.
Like, when was the last time we had a nice, good beat 'em up game? A co-op beat 'em up game.
I would say, I was gonna say like Castle Crashers, but that's like a hack and slash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he goes, WWE Tag Team. Victor versus Carl. Choose your partner. Currently active, and who wins? I would choose AJ Styles.
Okay.
Wait, who would you choose as your partner?
Kenny Omega.
We'll still win.
Nah.
We'll still win. We'll still win. So at least, okay, that was the Instagram, and now I gotta find the Facebook one. Which actually ain't that. Nero really does look like Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, he does.
Like a lot. Oh, and then Nick Witrini. Okay, Nick Witrini says, Pokemon versus Digimon, Power Rangers versus Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Jagger versus David Lee Roth as far as stage performances. The Beatles versus The Who, and comic books versus digital comic books.
Oh, okay.
That was easy. I prefer physical comic books.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, like Stan Lee said it best. Comic books are like boobs. They're nice to look at on a screen, but wouldn't you rather have them in your hand?
Hey, Excelsior. Yeah.
That means you agree, right?
Yeah, that's what Stanley would say.
So I'm going to keep it simple for this week's question of the week.
Okay.
What game are you looking forward to the most from this year's E3?
Man, there's so many. This is a hard one because there's so many.
I know.
Man, all right. I'll challenge myself. If I had to say just one game, I'm gonna go with. I'd have to go with The Last of Us Part 2.
I knew it.
I'm gonna have to go with that.
I knew it. I guess I'll just say Death Stranding.
Okay.
Just because I'm like, we still don't have. We have very little bit of details.
Yeah.
That already like those tiny bit of details, sprinkles.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just.
Yeah, I was like, one of us was gonna do that. We just got sprinkles.
Yep.
And we're already willing to invest our money and time into this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like that. That's the work of art. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's literally art.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say that Death Stranded. So yeah, that'll be on the social medias within the day or two. You can always hit us up
Yep.
on those social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
You can email us at codexprimepodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
And you can listen to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and leave us a 5-star review. And that's all I got. You got anything else?
Yeah. Oh, tune in next week. Next week we'll be talking about Money in the Bank.
Oh, the whole weekend. Yeah, and NXT Takeover Chicago.
Yes.
So returning guest Eddie Ortiz will be back.
Oh, word. That's what's up.
We'll probably get one more in.
Yeah. Maybe we could try to fit Kyle in.
I'll hit him up.
Yeah.
See what he gets.
You know, well, because he only has one match he's looking forward to with Roman versus Jinder. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. I hope Roman versus Jinder is the main event at Money in the Bank.
That's gonna be that's a triple threat.
Triple threat.
Triple threat. Roman versus Jinder versus the Chicago crowd.
Yes. Yeah, that's that's why I want it to be the main event, because it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be okay. Roman versus Jinder. How soon will WWE mute the crowd mics? How loud is the audience going to be in spite of the crowd mics being muted? And count how many fans actively walk out and empty the arena while the match is in progress. That's what's going to make it awesome. You know what? That's going to be match of the year just because of that. Of those qualities.
We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. So yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got on my end too. So once again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening to our episode, for catching us on E3 2018. And as always, we will catch you on the flip. Peace out, nerds.
Later.